Hello artists, how are you today? Stephanie Oni coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here in Six Rivers National Forest near Willow Creek, California. Welcome to the studio. So glad that you're here with me today. Infomercial, hit that subscribe button pretty please. It helps me to continue to bring you free content. Yes. All the new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing and welcome to the channel. All my old subscribers, you are awesome and I dig ya. Yes, I do. I dig you. Sorry, there's a little button that popped up and like, this accessory may not be supported. I had to dismiss it. Jerk. Jerky notification. Dang it. Hey, Pr-Raphilites Part 2. Hacking the Masters. Look at her. Now, I'm kind of doing this because I want you to see that it changes with the color. This is a color change painting. She is so luminous and gorgeous, and she is absolutely 100% walking through the forest. Look at the technique back there. Look at all that gorgeous stuff. Texture. Now, I used an image. I did, and I know last week I was kind of tough on you all about using other people's artwork. Well, here's how we use other people's work in a manner that it is not offensive to them. I have completely changed the context. This was a photograph. I've completely put her in a different environment. The context is 100% changed. Number two, she has a lot of technique done to her. She does not look like the original photograph whatsoever. She has been painted. It's actually a transfer done with clear gesso. Yes, it is. I did not cut out a piece of paper and just smack it on there. She is a transfer, she is colored, she is put into the environment. And that is how we legally use other people's artwork. Cool stuff. So, yes, you can use sourced images. You just have to really be conscious of how you're using them, and you have to change them more than 10%. I'm sorry, you have to. Oh, anyways. So what did I use this week different from last week? Since this is part 2, go back to part 1 and see all those supplies. But I used my archival inks, and I also used my black Stabilo. Used some clear gesso to do the transfer. I think I probably used some alcohol to bring back some of that original color, and then I believe this was the archival ink in the reddish color. You'll see it in the video. But yeah, you might be going, what is archival ink? Well, let me show you. Sorry about that. This is a cigar box. This is my archival ink. It is a Ranger product. Any permanent ink will do. This color, or this color, or this color, probably a combination of all three, made that really beautiful red come out. Archival inks are very strong. And they're a permanent ink, so you have to be careful when you use them, but they are amazing when used properly. Now, just want to let you know, Patreons, your Dragon Eye book box turned out phenomenal. I love this. And this has all been adjusted and changed. If you're interested in seeing how this project was made, please come on over to Patreon and join us over there. It is $10 a month. You get a video every week. Yeah, I do. And so far, I believe you've gotten 7 attachments, and you'll probably get another one. We're going to do the drawing here. I have to do it a little bit early. We do a drawing every month for something. It's just my way of saying thank you for being here with me and for supporting my channel. And if you join up, you also do get a piece of small art. $10 a month. So anyways, thank you so much, everybody. Here's the video. I just sat down at the table. Ozzy was perfectly happy, sleeping, and now he has to come say hello and see what's on the table. which is actually quite adorable. He's just hanging out. Oh, if he could get onto my lap, he would. That's that. Wow. What is that? You see what that is? What's that one? Sniffy. What else do you want to sniff? Ooh. He's dropping stuff. Some fabric. What does that smell like? It smells like a store. Look at that. Ooh, paper, your favorite. We sniffed that yesterday. Spray stain. Oh, lick. That's yucky. Oh, no, it can. No, it can. Some distressed glaze. Stays on. Mod Podge. Gesso. You're growing up again. I'm going to get you a new collar. I want to get you a new collar. I do. Oh, you just want to come up? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're telling me? You just want to come up? What are you doing? You're not a lap dog. You're not. You're not a lap dog. Is that like the most awesome thing ever? You can't move too much. You're gonna fall off. You big old lug. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, monster? Hey, 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 come here. So I think I want her to be right about there. I don't want to put her front and center because that it's a little bit boring. It's very rarely do you ever see your focal right in the center of the painting. It's better if it's off to one side. And a great way to kind of figure out where a focal should be at is if you put like a tic-tac-toe grid on your canvas, and then you would choose one of the four intersecting spots here in the center to put your focal. Since we want her to be coming through the woods, that focal down in that lower quadrant will be excellent. Now that's kind of a fine artist trick, to divide it into thirds to figure out where to put your focal at and use one of the four corners, one of the four center corners. Does that make sense? Am I saying that right? Okay, so I really want her to feel like she is coming through this forest. I want her to feel like she's, you know, small compared to these massive trees like our redwoods. I want to be conscious of how raised that is right there. It's probably best if we don't overlap in that too much. If we bring this where this high contrast is at, it'll give her a really nice backlighting, which works with the way that this image is, where the light source is with this image. The light source is overhead, so it can easily work with where we have our light source coming from. Whew, lots of stuff to think about, huh? Yeah, I definitely want this to blend into the background. So, you know, we're really gonna work on that once the transfer works its way out. I'm putting a generous amount on here. We're doing good with the underneath stuff. Doesn't appear to be coming up too much yet. Oh, there's some of the blue. It's going to be interesting to see how that reacts with everything. Come on. I mean, I don't know how my girl will react with that blue. And that purple that's coming up here also. She will most likely get colored from this. So the spray fix was not enough to cover that, which could be an issue. She's gonna be blue, guys. There's just no doubt about it. That's what's gonna happen. Do I take it up or do I plop it down? See how that spray fixative didn't work? In this case, we've got a lot of crooks and crannies in here. So I'm sure this ink is sitting in those cracks and, you know, it didn't get a chance to come up. So I know that that sucks to take that off like that, but I really didn't want for her to just be blue, you know. I want her horse to still, you know, kind of feel like it's a white horse. Okay. I know that was a lot of work that we put into that. It's not all gone. It's just taken off from in here. If this doesn't come out perfect, I will have a really nice outline in order to paint the image. So that works out just fine for me too, you know? Okay, fingers crossed. In the morning, we will see what it looks like. All right, chat soon. Okay, so what I didn't realize was that these were actually air pockets. And I have a feeling that if I would have gone and punched a hole through them initially, I would probably have better luck. I don't know what's going to happen here. So we're putting on water. Fingers crossed. Looking super yellow. I don't know if that's from my fingers or what's coming up in the background or what. I'm just starting to work it. Okay, so that was a success. Nice, huh? But now we have to make her feel like she belongs in this environment, which right now she really doesn't. Her face got pretty dark, so I guess I would suggest to use an image that has higher contrast in the face. I don't mind it being dark. I think it's okay to not see who she is. I'm just trying to get out these little last pieces of paper. All right, so how are we gonna make her blend in? Ooh, how are we gonna make a road? How are we gonna make an environment? Don't know. I don't know yet. You know, let's first establish where our environment will be. This is my Stabilo. Let's give this guy a little bit of definition here. I need these shadows to come this way. That's really going to help with our light source coming from the center there. And then this shadow here, of course this tree is in front of that one, so we're going to have this tree here and its shadows. Okay, so this tree here, its shadows going back this way. This tree here, and it will fall across there. This tree here, fall across there. All right. Now, Stabilo time. So this time, I do want more of a smudgy look. However, I don't want it to be gray, which can happen with Stabilo. So we're going to be super careful when we're putting this down. Now, we're not going to use our spit to make our Stabilo work because it's just kind of gross, guys. I mean, do whatever you want to do, but, you know, let's think about the people who are purchasing it. You know, it's kind of gross when you have your spit all over your work. Really, truly is. You know, unless you have holy spit, where people are like, oh my gosh, that person spit on it. I feel so blessed. No, that's really not how it works. It's more like, ew. Just my personal opinion on that. And truly, you can get so much more control with a brush. And again, do whatever you want to do. There's no rules on it. But yeah, it's your universe. Do what you want to do in your universe. In my universe, I think it's disgusting. So we'll just kind of leave it at that. How's that reading? Am I getting there? Is it getting there? Wow. Okay, I like that. Just a artists, how's it going? Stephaniani, hanging out once again. You don't need to know my name. You already know my name or you wouldn't be here. I forget what I'm doing. I forget what I'm saying, you know. And I think I just kind of forgot to talk while I was working on this part of this painting. So what I'm doing basically is I am really starting to work in some archival ink. Permanent ink. Now, it doesn't matter whether you use archival Ranger brand. As long as it's a permanent ink, I tell you, working with the permanent ink over the top of those shimmer sprays was creating, and with all that texture, oh, it was picking it up. It was just really making a huge difference to the painting. And yeah, it was really beautiful. So the purple was cactus flower, the green was probably that leaf green. Leaf green is very yellow, so I was keeping that in towards the center. Oh, let's see. Okay, so here we're working on some shadows. And since she is backlit, you know, if you're confused about how shadows work or how they look, I would definitely suggest going and standing outside at night and standing with your back to the streetlight and, you know, look at the shadows on the ground. As artists, it's our job to figure out how to interpret our natural world and make it work. You know, and you might think, oh, that's crazy to do that. No, it's really not. I mean, this is how we become better artists. If you're not interested in being a better artist, then I'm not sure what you're doing watching my channel. No, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. You guys all have the capability of being amazing artists if you already aren't already. Did that sound okay? Didn't mean to insult anybody or put anybody down. Trust me. I really, I believe that I continue to learn every single day about art, and the more I do it, the more I learn, and I love that. You know, I think even the best people
can definitely learn every day. They should be. They should want to learn. Life is really boring if you're not learning anything, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm just starting to work that stabilo in. Now here what I'm working on is I'm actually starting to bring back some of that color that's underneath, some of that gold texture paste that's behind those trees. I'm taking away some of the ink. Just with some water. It doesn't look like it's very clean water, but it is just regular water. So what is happening here is, again, if you squint at it, it's all the same value. So you cannot have, the lights won't show without the dark won't show without the lights. And I know that I say that all the time, but look at what happens here. Look at the distance that we create. Look at the interest that is created just by doing that. I'm wanting the light to look like it's kind of dappled through the forest here. Those last remaining rays of sunlight as she's trying to get home. And as you pick those up, and it's going to create more that. My brain isn't working right, guys. I'm sorry. You're creating more roundness in that tree when you do that. Now, these shadows down here at the bottom, yeah, they were a little bit tough. I just kept working them until I got them where I wanted them. But, it's all, it's just part of the process. A little here, a little there, and, nice top of my head there. Okay, this orange is the Monarch Orange, and it was a perfect color for redwoods. Oh my gosh. Really gave a lot of fire to that side of the tree. And so then you put fire on one side and you put the ice on the other, and that's how you're going to create, again, more roundness in the tree. The warmest color goes towards the light source. The shadow color goes towards the shadow. Let's see. I think this is that, I think that's the Forget-Me-Not color. And this is just kind of cooling everything down. Because I don't want it to read too yellow. I don't want it to read too blue. I just keep playing with the colors back and forth, back and forth. And every time I did, it just continued to bring out that texture more. I don't know where all the different inks went to, but you could really continue to tell the different colors within it. So, being that they're a permanent base, it could be that they were somewhat erasing the color underneath, but they weren't completely, that's for sure. So, I think this is the Carnation Red or the Vermilion, not really sure. It's a nice warm red once again. Okay, pulling out the Sunflower Yellow. It's a great color. That looks like the Carnation Red. I think that one is the Garden Patina. Just adding color here and there, everywhere. It's so pretty. It's so fun. Truly, actually, though, I was kind of trance-like when I was working on this. Because I'm going back through the video, I'm like, God, you didn't talk at all. Okay, so here is that Sunflower Yellow. Really pushing it here in the center. That's where I want our eyes to go. I want her to be backlit. The center of the painting itself is going to get that brightest, warmest yellow. Now I am starting to color her with that. Because we do really need to make sure that we change that image enough. Even though it was a transfer, and even though it was completely taken out of the context, I think the artist could probably still see that it was his image. So the image needed to be toned, tinted at least, or painted over the top of it. I think right here, that is where it transcends what it used to be, and it becomes a part of the painting. See how gorgeous that is? Just a little ink wash. Notice the nose of the horse. It's still the whitest white. It is still the focal. So the highest contrast is where your eyes are going to go in the painting. Okay, that one is, I think it's the sepia or the vermilion. It's a darker red, still a warm color. So just still working with those shadows, wanting a really earthy feel to it. Almost finished up here, just adding a little bit more tone to the horse, just to kind of push it back a little bit more. Highest contrast, our eyes are drawn there to the center. Well, as I finish up here, guys, I really want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. It really does help other artists to find my channel, and it also allows me to continue to bring the content to you. We have an excellent group of artists over at the Messy Hand Band of Artists. We have some really fun things coming up. Looking forward to that. If you're interested in Patreon, we do some great stuff over there too. You do get at least 4 videos a month. You get tons of content. I think I have given them 7 or 8 attachments already this month. So, you know, I believe in making it a value for you, and I appreciate your support. $10 a month. The links are down in the comments. I do have Amazon links in the comments. If there's anything that you're interested in, let me know. You know, please let me know your feelings about this. I love to read your comments, guys. Sometimes it's hard to find them, to come back to them. YouTube doesn't always make that as easy as you would think. So, you know, I really do love it when you comment, like, share, subscribe, and all that great, groovy, awesome stuff. Yep. Oh, I think I did it now. I think I said everything I needed to say. By golly, I hope so, because I don't want to do this again. There she is. Isn't she cool? I mean, it looks so different in every single lighting situation, whether it has more light on it, more shadow. But she feels like she is absolutely 100% riding through the forest at night. Have a great day. Bye.